What's up, guys? All right, we'll kick it off with a GU for today. Couple of different things I'm looking for on a GU. So obviously we're continuing to step away down bearish since taking that high over to the left, that bigger point that we induced a little while ago. The structure we've had is quite clean in the sense that, it's continuing to induce high and break low. However, I don't really like this current range that we're in just because I don't really like this supply. Like, yes, it was the obviously the high of that 15-minute two leg. It did induce a little bit of liquidity from a couple of breaks to the downside here, but it didn't mitigate at extreme point. It probably mitigated. Yeah, you got that whole 30-minute area, but that was mitigated, way beforehand. So yeah, I don't really like the supply because it didn't mitigate a whole lot. It did obviously break the low. We did get the mitigation of it at a very quick touch and go into a new break of a 15-minute low. We've generated a heap of liquidity sitting underneath of us, and it's had a very slow retracement, which is typical for what we'd expect for a complex pullback. And it's very nice in that sense. And to be honest, it actually looks like it might just sell. We are, of course, mitigating that extreme area now and getting a little bit of a sell-off. But I'm not overly interested in selling inside of this range. This high didn't really do a whole lot. This high didn't really induce a whole lot. I would much rather price come up and induce this and mitigate that. We'll get a really, really good medium inducement into a mitigation if we can get that. So that's why I've got this arrow up here, as that's my preferred option. However, given that this high did induce a little bit of liquidity, this high did induce a decisional, they both broke an internal 15-minute low. I'm open to selling off of the sweep of this high into the further mitigation of this area. But I'm open to selling into a buy, and I'm also open to buying through it. So if we were to come up here, I'm happy to sell price back down. But the other side of it, if we can pull up here, come down, induce something of significance, it looks like we're forming a new decisional now, which is inducing liquidity. If we can, build up something like this into the mitigation of a decisional area, I'm happy to buy or induce the decisional area and then buy up from there. Um, Anticipating this point could be a smart money trap. I'm happy to play both sides of it. But yeah, I'm open to utilizing that. I'm open to both sides. I'd prefer to come up and sweep this, and I'm very, very keen on sells. I don't believe it makes sense given where price is sitting inside this point for it to buy just yet. But I'm open to a short-term buy to target this and this, even potentially that extreme point. Um, but yeah, so G just yeah, I would rather it come up a bit higher. I don't want to buy. If it comes too much further down, long story short is I'm not buying unless we can take this and prove that this point's a smart money trap or give me price action that would show that it may be a smart money trap. Um, but yeah, so we'll see how that shapes up. EU, so EU I prefer. EU's nice. Obviously, we're inside that leg. We've induced the retest of the initial breaker structure that created this range. So it's a really, really nice inducement. Since inducing it, we've had quite nice bullish price action. Small internal inducements, no reasonable inducements on the 5 minute to create any 5 minute legs, but it has had consistent internal inducements respecting lows. So the 5 minute structure isn't too bad. We are reacting out of a decisional area here, but that decisional area didn't induce any liquidity at all. So I'm not overly fond of it. I don't believe it's very strong. It does also have liquidity sitting above it. I am looking to utilize this area here, the 5 minute point, as my extreme area, as it's our last area that's got any sort of imbalance. So I'll be using that as my extreme. So ideally, I want to target it. So what we've got, obviously, a bit of bullish momentum off the back of it. This low take is also quite nice as well, as we did break these two highs. So it gave us that smart money 15-minute leg, bullish leg, which has been induced. So we've taken good liquidity to shape up for buys. We very well can sell where we are, as this is, it is a decisional, but I don't believe it's going to hold. So what I'm looking for we've had these two 5-minute breaks to the downside right now. This point here has failed to mitigate, so we should be coming up here anyway. It should need to. The other side of it is we have just induced the decisional point of this internal 5-minute break. So what I'm looking for is if we can come up, mitigate this supply area here, I'm happy to buy through, targeting this area up here. If we just push up, I'm happy to sell from here. I'm not overly keen on buying it unless I can get a smart money play. I don't know why that alerts there. I actually deleted that before. It's not deleting. There we go. Cool. Sweet. I don't want to buy from down here. It holds no weight. It's the low below Asia low, but it just has zero significance in the market. I don't really want to do anything from it. I want to utilize the fact that I'm expecting this point to be a smart money trap based on the fact that it has taken no liquidity, and we've taken no liquidity or generated much liquidity into the mitigation of it. So I believe this point is generating liquidity with these two breaks to the downside here. So I'm going to work off the back of that play. So we'll see what that wants to do. But yeah, looking to buy through the mitigation of this point. I don't really want to buy if we come up into this point first. I want to utilize this first point as that will be an inducement into mitigation. And that would be my break even area there. So yeah, this may just sell as we are, following bearish structure cycle. But given what we've induced here and the way we've moved into this point, I think we could be looking for a short-term retracement buy. I won't be looking to hold it for too long. I'll be looking to target. But yeah, I could, this could just sell off, to be honest. Like it's structurally it's valid too, but from a liquidity standpoint, I don't believe it makes sense. AU, not even going to touch it. I've got no outlook for AU. AU just needs to sort its shit out. This is just disgusting. I'm not even just, yeah, there is no outlook for me on AU. There you go. We've had a couple of breaks and an inducement, and just, that was obviously news, whatever that shit is. Get no outlook from me on AU. If you want one, maybe ask Brad. You're not getting one from me. All right, news. Let's check both. Can't rely on Forex Factory, but we'll see what it says. Cool. There's the AUD news. RBA press release. That makes sense. Tentative USD news. Cool. Irrelevant. Orange folder in 34 minutes on London Open. Probably gonna do nothing. Sweet. So yeah, fuck, this just looks like I might just sell. I want to sell. I just want to come up higher first. Yeah, fucking bastard. And GU, yeah, it needs to come up. Yeah. Sweet, cool. Sweet guys. Speak to you all shortly.